I wanted to write this article about Kamala Harris going on The Breakfast Club with Charlamagne Tha God while he was in Detroit, Michigan. And it was a one-on-one interview, audio only, where we got to listen in to Kamala Harris, take some questions that were vetted through the audience, and also just have a quick dialogue with Charlamagne Tha God, who is seen as basically someone who represents hip-hop and represents Black culture in some ways. And so my main criticism about her actually stems from the very first question that Charlamagne presented to her, was the idea of her being basically always on talking points and always extremely prepared. And her response is basically that that's a good thing. And I don't think she grasps what the real problem is, because Charlamagne's not necessarily speaking for himself. He's speaking for what other people are saying. And what other people are basically pointing to within her is that she's inauthentic. She comes across inauthentic. There's something about her that seems phony. And that has actually been my feeling about her for quite some time. There is something about her that feels like it's not real, like she's putting on a performance. There's something about her that feels like she's just winging it when it comes to whatever she's talking about. She doesn't exude confidence about the topics that she's talking about. She sounds like she's prepared because she had to study, and it doesn't seem to be coming from any sort of genuine place. And for the American voter, we want to feel like not only is the person saying the right thing, which during the interview, she said all the right things that a Democratic voter would want to hear, but do they mean it? And do they mean it really matters? Because you can say whatever you want to say, but when you get power, are you going to do whatever you want to do, or are you going to follow through on the promises that you made? And I think for a lot of voters, including Black voters, they're starting to see her for the first time really get pressed and really get challenged. And they're seeing her responses, they're watching her demeanor, and they're realizing that this lady seems like a typical political phony. So if her idea was to go on The Breakfast Club to win Black voters over, to give the impression that she's one of them and she completely understands the struggle, or whatever bullcrap that she wants to kind of put through, then I don't think this actually worked. If anything, the more she interviews, the more we see who she is, and the more we dislike her.